So my name is Omar Rampasad, and it is 7:04 p.m., August 14, 2019. And I'm demonstrating here with two microwave detectors the tagging of my chest, and the power is turned up around my heart area and the chest. See that reading there? It shows up as 910 in this over 10 in this detector, and the reading is going up to 200 plus, and instantly going back down. Hear the pulsing? Listen to the pulsing. That's the pulsing right there. And see how fast those pulses are. So this is the, um, the technology being used to track. And somebody's, today it's been really bad. I'm in pain. The power is turned up. There's been a lot of harassment outside the window, as I tweeted and videotaped and tweeted, just a few minutes of it. But it's been continuous all day. By the worker and by contractors and by patrons using the loading dock. So, and there is constant talk about it's absolute that I'm a prostitute, and the cops have evidence, very, very good evidence that they could charge me with. So I had better start showing and opening my legs. So this is torture, basically, that I'm demonstrating here. Now, I'm just going to show you the reading with my hand. You see the electrical field go up there? So I'm looking at this reading right here. See that? That's the right hand. And left hand, which is hurting. Left hand. So I'm just going to show you the left hand tagging. So the left hand is tagged because the left hand is hurting with the higher power than the right, because the left hand is hurting and this one isn't. So you can see the electrical field, the readings. Also, this reading also go up the RF field. That's the radio frequency, electrical field, and this is the electromagnetic field. So it separates out all three factors. So that adds closer to the computer. So if I brought it up here, it drops. Now if I put it next to me, so that's not the computer, that's all me. So the readings doesn't always trigger the alarm on this detector because the threshold is set higher, but it does trigger the alarm in this one. So I'm in pain. My obliques hurt, my back hurts. So the um, the reason for that, as per the conversation outside the window, multiple conversations, I should say, I heard that somebody intercepted me, and that would be probably the cops showing up in the mall that I was in. And there is a new flag and something for a flag for the third time. I'm not quite sure what it is. I heard groping, I heard stalking, and maybe something else. Uh, Stealing, I heard a few days before. So I'm not sure which one was registered three times, three flags. So it became a permanent flag. Um, I heard that someone intercepted me. That's why the cops showed up. So this is all part of the experiment that's being run. The recordings that's been taken of me inside of my home, these are the results of experimentation being run by people like Gil Furtado and the residents in the building. Um, from his own mouth, he talks about intercepting me and swearing affidavits saying he suspected I'm a prostitute. And he's constantly talking about prostitution and effing whores outside the window. I actually recorded this on videotape and and uploaded it to the YouTube. So um, he talks about gerbling. He talks about finding a new seed, a new one. The black people have it. He calls names like coke, salmon or salmon, and different names of people who I had contact with. So because I'm a target, he also talks about the woman being a target. Doesn't actually call my name, but everybody knows who he's talking about because I'm the one that's registered up. So he's obviously talking about me. And Waltech, the contractors, also who I videotaped, who are constantly sexually harassing me. Today, one of the comments was, "We rented," and excuse me, this is really not the language I use uh, um, on the net or anywhere else in public. Um, this Waltech contractor actually said, and I might have caught it on video, he rented, or we rented, quote unquote, we rented your pussy. This is exactly what he said. And this is after all the complaints I filed to management. This is a complaint filed after a complaint filed to the Human Rights Tribunal for sexual harassment. This is about after all the emails I sent to the cops and after all the trying to explain to the cops, going to the station, talking about my being called a prostitute and being gang stalked. This is still going on outside the window. So the question needs to be asked, why? Why is it not stopping? Well, because I also heard that a new case is being built and I'm being reframed and I'm being to be charged again. So I'm being um, I'm being framed to be put in, either to be charged or to be finally mentally committed once and for all, and to be disposed of. Now, why would uh, some of the cops who are working and colluding with the harassers outside the window, why would they want to dispose of me? Well, the obvious answer to that is because I am exposing a trafficking ring that's going on under the flagging. So the case that's being built against me is based on the misinformation and the frames and the setups that is being generated from this building, residents in the building and the workers and contractors and patrons out in the loading dock. And also they're gathering information from my family, past information gathered from my family. Good example from my sister-in-law and my now deceased brother, because I lived there for a year, but in 2012-13. And all the workplaces that I had that contracted with and was let go because I was harassed out of them, basically, because the workplace were infiltrated and information were being gathered from the workplace. And I was being experimented with as well in the workplace. So all this information, what I should say is misinformation, is being accumulated in this file. And, uh, and the cops who are running this experiment, this alert system, they're gathering this information in order to reframe me. So this time, when I'm locked up, I will not be getting out. So this is the basis of the case that's being built against me. Now, if I was really mentally retarded and lethargic, I wouldn't be able to do this analysis. I would not be able to sit here and talk about this subject clearly. I would not be able to be speaking knowledgeably about what is going on and presenting examples and taking videos of what's going on as evidence. I would not be able to be protecting myself or try to protect myself from these people who are actually trying to get me committed to cover up what they're doing, which is actually remotely accessing me at night as I sleep and during the day as well, and selling me remotely. I would not be able to figure out what was going on if I was mentally retarded. So they're the same people who are providing the information to the cops who are building this case against me are the same people who are saying I'm mentally retarded, so it can compromise my credibility. And the cops whose agenda is the dirty cops who are working with the traffickers, whose agenda is to have me mentally committed and removed from the premises and locked up behind bars forever and disposed of, so I stop talking basically about what's going on. They're looking for this information. They want this information in the system. So, like the last charge that was falsely put against me um, by the cops who showed up and who put the charge through out in the cruiser, when I was told I was going to be questioned. This was part of the plan that the team that was put together to manipulate my life behind the scenes. This was part of the plan. So there was another plan in place, and this plan, this conspiracy, is to have me mentally committed or falsely charged and framed so tightly that I will not come out ever again. This is the conspiracy. There is no mental illness. There is no mental lethargy. I'm not slow thinking. I do get remotely assaulted by technologies that can make you think slowly temporarily. Sonic technology will do that. Microwave technology, lasers will do that as well. So gangs are subcontracting. So gangs do have tasers, lasers, and they can actually hit you in public when you're walking. You'd never know who did it. So there is no mental illness diagnosis. I'm not mentally lethargic. I am currently taking a university course online. Um, these things are not signs of mental illness, of being mentally retarded. I play the stock market. I have a social life, starting hopefully to date. This is not. These are not signs of somebody who's depressed, somebody who is mentally ill or mentally retarded. So why lie and say that I am? Well, because the truth doesn't matter. In the targeting program, and it's so constantly talked about outside my window that I am a target. In the targeting program, excuse me, the target's voice is suppressed, and even when the target speaks, she's nobody, nothing. She's an it. Don't take her seriously. She's already committed based on the information that the cops have on file. All lies. But so what the target says, it really doesn't matter. The truth does not matter. It's the conspiracy that matters. So I will continue putting the videos up on the YouTube because the cops are not listening to me. When I call them for help, they charge me. So I cannot call for help. I do feel threatened when people say things like, "We rented out your, blankety blank." This is a very, very serious stuff. This is sexual harassment. So I have no other choice, absolutely no other choice, but to name the perpetrators and to put evidence of what they're doing out on the video, on the YouTube via video. This is the only way I know how to protect myself. I have no other choice. Talk to you another time.